Okay, so this is just a quick unboxing for the Vitamix FoodCycler FC-50. And I just got this about a week ago. The price is still the same. I just double checked it. It's still $324.99. It's $3.99 at the Vitamix website. But this is the lowest price I could find. I checked all over, and those that carry it, Amazon has the best price. Okay, so I got this to work in our kitchen. Right now I have a countertop bin that I just put the food scraps in, and then I take it out to our tumbling composter in the backyard. This is what it looks like. And we just keep this on the counter, and it's got a filter in it, but it tends to be a little messy. So what I wanted to do is eliminate this and put the food scraps directly into the bin that's removable. So that way, if we want, we can keep this over by the sink instead of this other one, and then I can just drop it directly into the FoodCycler. So that's the plan, and I'll do another video after this, after I set it up and use it. But for now, we'll just go ahead and I am literally just now opening this. I have not opened this before. So we'll see what's in the box. Turn this upside down. It is pretty heavy. I think it's over 20 pounds. Okay, here we go. So it's upside down. Flip this over. So it looks like we've got the instruction manual, and it looks like there's, I think these are reminders for changing the filter. Oop, there we go. Right. Okay. And this is the first time I'm seeing all of this. I have not opened this yet. This looks like the lid. Yeah. This is a lid that's going to go on the bin that goes inside. So I'll put that aside. Well, it's not too bad. I mean, it's heavy, but not that heavy. I mean, I'm not super strong or anything, so that's what I mean. It's not like super heavy. One person can lift it up. And now I'm looking at the size. I'm not sure. I'm not going to put it on the counter over, where the rest of the counter is. It's behind the camera. But I think I might put it, we have like this is a wet bar. We don't use it as a wet bar. It's just got, storage, and there's a microwave and things, but I might put it up there. Okay. I save twist ties for other things. I don't want to throw those away. Try to save and reuse as much as possible. Okay. Let's see, here we go. That's the front. Okay. I'm just kind of Oh, here's where the filters go. It looks like there's 2 filters. There we go. Okay. Feels, I mean, it's plastic, but it feels pretty sturdy. All right, so we've got please remove before use. Of course, we will do that. Remove before use. Okay. So I'll figure out where all these go after I read the instructions, which I always do. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay. Well, that's heavy. Here I don't know if it's cast aluminum or cast iron. That's pretty heavy. And there's another please remove before use. Okay, another ring. All right. So what it looks like is this goes on here when it's sitting on your counter. So, and then you can have, I think this one has, yeah, there's, can't really tell, but there's, looks like charcoal filter inside. So that's going to cut down on any kind of, you have odors that, if anybody's composted it can get, things break down. And that was the other good thing about this one that I'll take that out. One thing that I did think was a good idea, that you can also throw in, like, here it's fruit cores, vegetable peels, dairy, chicken bones, and more. Now with our outdoor composter, I always just use, vegetables, leaves, and things from the yard. I just throw in, vegetation, fruits and vegetables, peels, things like that. But this, I thought, well, this is kind of cool. As long as, we can throw in chicken bones. The main thing is you don't do just chicken bones. You do a mix of everything. So you try not to put too much of any one thing. Okay, so that's the unboxing. But so far, it looks pretty sturdy. I'm pretty sure these go on top of the filters. I'll make sure that before I do anything, I have watched the video. There's I think Amazon has it listed on their site, but it's also out at the Vitamix website. And I've already watched that a few times. But anyway, okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll get this thing going, and I'll do a video on that next. Okay? Okay, so I'm ready to test this for the first time. And I found a spot in our kitchen. It's a bench. We have like a kitchen table. We built in a bench years ago. And the only thing that's on it is over there. It's a Dyson handheld rechargeable. And that's usually just, it's right there. I'll move it over. See, right there. And a couple flashlights. We keep those charged. So, I figure this might work out sitting right here, at least to test it. And I've already got some food scraps that I'm going to put in the bin that's in it right now. So I'll go ahead and grab that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and fill this up. Okay, so this is gross, yes. This is some of the compost, well, what I would be normally putting in my composter. I don't think there's any, there might be, actually there is, I think there is a chicken bone right there. So I figured I'd go ahead and try it out with the chicken bone. But normally I don't put that in the composter. It's all vegetation. But I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll go ahead and try this because it's supposed to be able to do that. And there's an arrow. See right here, these line up. Okay. A bit of dust. Okay, and then there's an arrow right here, and that lines up right there. And it's locked. Okay. And following this. And basically it just says close the lid. Okay, and I'm going to hit the power button. I locked it. Start, we're going to press the power button, and it's supposed to take 3 to 8 hours depending on what's in there. So we've got a mix of, we've got fruits and vegetables, a couple of little chicken bones. So I'll go ahead and get this going. Start the cycle, press the power button. Okay, so it looks like drying. That's what the drying button. I can barely hear it right now, but I'm sure it'll get louder. Well, I'm assuming it's going to get louder, so we'll find out. And one thing I did want to mention, where this will do, you know, animal, bones and things and some meats, I won't use much of that, but if I do, I will definitely put it into our composter because it'll get further broken down. But Vitamix, they don't recommend putting it straight into your soil. It says, do not incorporate any DFW, which is dehydrated food waste, byproduct that contains animal protein, which would be chicken bones, fish bones, etc., into your soil. Normally, there's going to be too much, according to this, too much sodium that's in the animal protein. Now, I will put a little bit, I will put a batch into our composter because that's already got, I can't remember how many cubic feet that is, but it's one of those black, I'll put a picture here of what our composter is. It's one of those black tumblers by it's ACHLA in Canada. I don't think they make it anymore because we've had it for several years. I mean, maybe 12 years we've had it. But there are other companies that make one that looks just like it. So that's what I will put this, because this isn't going to, this here, it's not going to make a whole lot, but it'll make enough that I can transfer that to our composter. Otherwise, if you don't have an outdoor composter, this goes into your green waste. You know, you would just put that into the green waste. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let this run. Right now it's about 6:30, almost 6:30 p.m. On Wednesday, so it could be done by 11. That'd be about 5 hours. But we'll go ahead and we'll let it run and we'll come back. Okay, it's been an hour and it's still in the, I'm trying to get this to focus. It's still in the drying mode. Oops, sorry. Okay, so we'll see. I'll keep checking on it and come back to it. Okay, so it is just about to start on the, let's see, I started this at, I think it was 6:30, so it's almost 8:30, so it's almost 2 hours, and it's now on the grinding bring this over. Grinding. I still can't hear much of anything. Try to get this to focus. It's not focusing. Anyway, there we go. You can just hear like a little. I don't even know if you can hear that. I think our refrigerator's louder. It's barely making any noise, so far so good. And it's just like a little tiny clunk. It's not really a clunk, it's like a tap sound. But okay, so it's been on for about 2 hours. Okay, so I'll check back. Okay, so I just came back to check on this. It just finished the 3rd hour, so it's 9:30 p.m. I started this at 6:30, so it's been going for 3 hours. And again, it could go up to 8. I don't think it's going to go to 8, but it could go to 8. I made sure not to pack, you know, like you can't go past the line that's inside the container, but you don't pack it down either. And I just laid things in from the food scrap bin that we have. So I'm hoping it doesn't go 8 hours, but it's okay. It's here in the kitchen. It's not making it. This is the noise. I don't know if you can hear it. There's just like a little knock, very faint, and it's still doing grinding, so it's not making much noise at all so far. Okay, so I ended up going to bed last night because it was still running. I'm guessing it went till about 1 o'clock because the last time I checked it was at 11:30. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. This is the first time I'm seeing this. I just now came down here, and so I'm going to go ahead and open it. Oh, wow. Jeez. Okay. Holy cow. Look at that. This was filled to this line, and it feels like soil. Wow. Okay. That works pretty well. I mean, it brought it down to what, less than a quarter, or maybe a quarter of what was in there. So that works pretty well. And it barely made, I couldn't even hear it. I couldn't even hear any other than a little clunk, like a very light clunk, you know, every now and then, but like it was so quiet. I had heard or read some reviews where people were saying, oh, it was so loud, and sorry, I'm trying to figure out, oh, there it is, okay. Saying that it made a lot of noise, so I don't know if something was wrong with theirs, but this was super, super quiet. Okay, so again, this is that's the top, the inside. Okay, so I have enough to do another batch, so I'm going to go ahead and do another batch. But anyway, so it's sort of a mini review, but there's not much involved. I mean, you collect it all, put it in there, hit the button, and it goes. One other thing I forgot to mention about if there was any odor. No, not really. It's not an odor. It's more like it just smells like kind of like a cut grass mixed in with potting soil, I guess. That's the closest I can think of. And it is nothing like what this ends up. There's some material still in here because I had been saving it up, so because I knew that I would be doing this. I needed to use it once it arrived. So yeah, this can start to smell kind of funny if I leave it in there more than about 7 days. And it has a charcoal filter on it. What I'm going to do now is we'll put our food scraps directly into this, and this has a lid with the charcoal filter as well, and then we'll just keep this in here, and we'll just come over and put the food scraps in it, which will be nice because I can get rid of this. At least I won't keep this on the counter anymore. I'm going to clean it out. I always save plastic bags and I reuse them a few times for this exact purpose. And then that's what I transfer out to the outdoor composter. So what I'm going to do now is I'll take the processed material and I'll keep it stored in this, and then as I fill it up, maybe halfway or so, I'll take this out to the composter. Okay, so I thought I better mention that because I know that came up. I saw a couple of reviews and people were asking about that. Okay, so on to the next project or review.